r/ask Reddit. If 16-year-old you could see you now, what would 16-year-old you think about your life? He would say, what in the absolute duck? I hope because your life is amazing now. That's a matter of perspective. 16 years old me thought everything sucked. He would think my life sucked. Ken. Little me would think going to my room would suck, but it's awesome now. Dude, you're everywhere today. You're still single? It's none of your effing business, kid. Oh, so I never lose weight then. This one hurt. Right in the flaps. Does fat have nerves? Slice a bit of fat off as flavoring and get back to us. I'm 16 right now and I'm going to the mirror to laugh at myself. Become the adult you will be proud to grow into. Wow, this thought feels very dark and pretty upsetting. Where'd everyone and everything go? Is this really it? He'd be pretty excited about it. I didn't think I'd live to be 40 when I was 16 and definitely didn't think I would own a house. He'd also think my wife is hot cause I do. Similar position but a decade older. He'd think, whoa, cool life. Bruh, and you're old but you don't feel old? Far out. How dare you be older than me and feel younger? Unfair deal. I call a misdeal. He would be disappointed. I think my 16-year-old self would be disappointed too, but only because he was too immature to appreciate all the great things about my life now. Yep, things that matter to me now, like a good job and a committed relationship, weren't even on my mind when I was 16. I turn into a crazy chicken lady? Huh. The man sleeping next to you seems to indicate that we never grow out of this gay phase, huh? Fellas, is homosexuality gay? Not if you say no homo first. However, if socks are still on, no homo is implied. Truthfully, he'd probably look past the fact that I am a middle-aged man who is 20 pounds overweight and losing my hair and focus on the fact that I have, by 1993 standards, a gigantic flat screen television and a home office filled with Lego sets from all the things I loved as a kid. Jurassic Park, Ghostbusters, Star Wars. I'd love to show my 16-year-old self my VR setup and have him sit on the bridge of the Enterprise D in Bridge Crew VR. He'd certainly love Valheim too. He'd probably be concerned about my drinking and the fact I'm single. This isn't the finest time in my life. I'd rather he come this time next year so we don't have this COVID shit going on. He would say, oh shit, I wear glasses now, and then look at my car and be like, oh shit, we fancy now. Hell yeah, Ken. We're not keeping up with the Joneses. We are the Joneses. When the duck did you stop trying? I'm right there with you. Man, this hurt. You actually had kids with her just like we planned. This. My husband and I made it all through high school as early teenagers and did it. She probably wouldn't believe what she was seeing. At the time she thought she'd die as soon as she'd figure out a good suicide plan. Now that I'm finally coming out of depression, I tend to feel like it robbed me of so much time on my life and haven't achieved what I wish I had achieved at a younger age. But my 16-year-old self would probably be proud and encouraging. Good to hear you're still here. Other than the job, it's pretty dope. Have the gaming setup of my dream. Married the girl I had a crush on at 16. Have a little one with her as well. 2 dogs. Live in a nice neighborhood with friendly neighbors. Near a large pond so I can go fishing. Brew beer and mead. And I can enjoy weed by going to store like I am buying a pack of gum. All in all, I am very fortunate. I love that you mentioned your gaming setup before your family. He'd be surprised with how quickly life goes from easy to hard. Both parents die in our 20s. The last living grandparent develops dementia at 100 years old, whom we become poor for. It's easy to compare grass is greener. You'll feel isolated because you don't relate to people in your 30s or even older generations in the workplace. The salary is good though, not to mention the core group of friends you have always answer the phone when you call. I'm in my early 20s and I almost wept with joy reading core group of friends you have that always answer the phone when you call. Sometimes I feel like I'm drifting away from my high school friends or my university friends. I feel like I forget how important they are to me. Also my mom. I'm often concerned about where life will take me next. But it's nice to know I'll always have a few people I can count on being there for me. It hurts less because I predicted his way of living. Wow, that actually hit really close to home. I always thought my life would turn out the way it eventually did, so I'm not surprised, and that makes me a little bit less sad about the situation. So, not a doctor, huh? No. But you have a master's and you work as a therapist helping people who really need it, but not a doctor. No. Are you thinking about doing a PhD at least? Kinda. There's a limited amount of good that would do us, outside of the title. And importantly, you like what you do, but the title is awesome. I know. Same boat, mate. The title would be cool, but you'll never recover the cost of getting there. MCOs make such a little difference in how much they pay a LPC or LCSW versus a PhD. Plus the general population has no clue what the difference is anyway. Dude, that's not what I planned. And why are you so fat? Please tell me this isn't the future. No. Blink. Okay dude. Sit. Now what happened to your hair? Why are you fat? And WTF is up with the computer job? And a minivan? Wait, I start doing what in junior year? Oh, duck all that then. She would be surprised. She was so scared that whatever she wanted to do wouldn't matter by the time she was in her mid-20s, because she would just have to get married and make a family like everyone else. She had no idea that she could just leave everything behind looking for her dream job. That it would be a very arduous but rewarding journey. She would also not believe that she doesn't have long brown hair anymore. So we are still a loser but have sex. Good enough. 16-year-old me was a foster kid in a girl's home who wanted to die. She wouldn't even believe that I finally made it to Hollywood, became an artist and entertainer on her own terms, and now owns her own Victorian home. I sure am glad those suicide attempts didn't work. 16-year-old me would be shocked at how well I am doing. At 16 years old I had just quit doing drugs after failing the 9th grade for the second time. I am now a DBA and make 6 figures. Also, 16-year-old me would be like, did you have sex? Yes. OMG, so awesome. There really is a benefit to coming from low expectations. Still overweight. That sucks. Great career though. So that's all. Wait, you married her? How? Dude, that's awesome. She wouldn't even give me the time of day. I would never become that. Same. He would be in disbelief that I am studying in the very same university he hated with every fiber of his being. 3 years later I'm still depressed as duck and haven't done anything with my life. I think 16-year me would just be surprised I didn't off myself yet. Oh. Yep, I kind of saw that coming. That I'm a loser. A total failure to launch. I've been depressed since I was like 14. I've always kind of known it would go the way it has, but it has started to make me increasingly cynical and bitter the last couple of years. My lack of passion or drive for anything is starting to affect how my wife sees me, and I know it will eventually result in her leaving me. I don't blame her in the slightest. She deserves someone better, to be honest. 16-year-old me would be pissed I still lived in California instead of moving back to Texas as planned, but I've fallen in love with it. OMG, I have 2 dogs. What the duck happened to your legs? Oh, you were just sitting down. Never mind. 16-year-old me was pretty dumb. Astronomer here. I was already obsessed with the idea of being a radio astronomer when I was that age, so pretty sure she'd be over the moon ecstatic. I actually think about 16-year-old me a lot on days when research feels hard or I'm less motivated about a specific task. It seems like such a minor thing to push through once you remember the passion you had as a teenager. And while a lot of astronomy is about chasing the next position, it really makes me appreciate where I am now on the day-to-day level. Not sure that makes sense. I'd be surprised I'm still alive. My life plans were supposed to end 10 years ago. Now. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.